screaming. And I'm like, for like a split second, I was like, it's either the scream of we lost it or we did the job.
Yeah.
And then I like moved the cup and saw the R. And I was like, oh my God, Grandma, we're going to Disney.
And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there. Cause all I do is win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air.
I just want to start this before Jenny hops on, get her reaction to me as Santa. Just to give you guys an idea of where we are in the world, it's September 2nd. So this is day 2 of Specky season, baby. So we're going to just surprise her a little bit of a oh. And then we'll get going with this interview. How we doing, sweetheart? You're connecting to the audio. You gotta wait a second. I can't hear you yet, sweetheart.
I took a sip of my drink,
Mm-hmm.
and I like as it was loading, and I
Right.
was like, he's definitely recording. Like
Right.
it turned on,
Right.
and it was like chugging.
Well, I was like, you know what, guys, I'm gonna start recording now so I can get her reaction because with day two is Specky season here.
You
That's
also
done.
had a Santa Claus beard on.
Day 2 of Specky
Which
season.
for a minute, I thought that's what I was doing for a second, like running for the spectacular.
Right.
I was like, wait, that's what I'm here for. No.
Well, you are right. That is not what you're here for.
I dressed all fancy for my meeting.
You look great.
It worked today.
I had to wear this. I have to wear black shirt, pink shorts, just so everyone knows that I am wearing it. That's why I've done all the interviews in black shirt and a pink short.
I'm just glad you have pants on.
You know what, Jen? Thought about it.
Because when you stood up, I was worried for a second.
I could imagine.
Oh my God.
I know. It's sad. The way I live my life, it's really sad. But what isn't sad is the fact that Grandma finally got a win. Okay?
Can we just talk about how it was my role?
Oh, well, it's going to be one of the questions, of course, all about it.
Like-
You're a Hall of Famer after a rookie year. I mean, it's
I genuinely, like, I technically won left, right, center.
That's
because
right.
I got Grandma to win.
I mean, listen, I agree.
No.
It was a little bit of a team effort.
It was.
Over the
I
years,
forgot. We
but-
prayed. And yes, it took years. And then here I am
What I
just
wanna do.
stepping into the ring and winning.
That's it. That's all it took was one rookie.
Be beginner's luck. You don't know.
Listen, I don't believe in beginner's luck. I know there was a lot of skill in what you did there. But let me get started. Let me look to see what my first
right.
question is going to be. I got 10 questions for you. All right, not going to be crazy long. I
Okay.
got 10 of them. So number 1, being a rookie, did you feel that you were prepared coming in, or were there some of the things that happened that you didn't really expect?
So I expected it to be egregious because it was you guys.
Sure.
But also, when everybody talked about left, right, center for a long time with Grandma, I thought everyone wanted to beat Grandma. Which, no, that was my original thought because I thought like Grandma, because you were all like, Grandma never loses. She never loses. So I thought like the point was to beat Grandma, and Grandma literally never lost. Do you know
And
what I mean?
there was a point in which it pretty much was that, but along the line somewhere it changed.
Right. So when I got there and realized the objective was to lose, it was a bit shocking for me.
Yeah.
I definitely would say Aunt Alice being involved in the process just only contributed. Your mother's bag of prizes and trivia.
Yes. I guess you can't expect that kind of stuff. That's all surprise.
No, like I genuinely have a pair of slippers from your mother. I have roses for the bathtub. And I have a picture of your beach. You want to see it?
Sure. I'd love to see it.
Hold on.
In the words of my father, how could you be sure that it's my beach, though? That's a nice beach. It's certainly mine.
Your beach.
Yes.
Well, whatever. It's going in Sarah's new room.
Okay.
Anyway.
You guys are finally doing the split ski, right?
So that surprised me, and also you and Leif, it really felt like a unison between you, a unity between the two of you. I don't know if unison is a word.
Sure.
It is, but I don't think it's the right word.
That's fine. Unity makes sense.
And now it's on video, and
I
you're
can
gonna
edit
use
it
it
out.
because you're Dan.
I could edit it out. Correct.
But you're not gonna. It's gonna be there.
No, not at all. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so that was great. You know what else was a great strategy? When we were moving people. I didn't see that coming. The changing of
Okay.
seats,
Yeah.
I thought was huge, but I never changed my seat. I felt good in my
Thank
seat.
God for that.
And thank God, because I won Grandma the game.
Yes, you did. Well, I appreciate that. Was a very thorough and an amazing answer, I do have to say. But you even brought to my attention a lot of the intricacies of the game that, as a vet, I don't even think about. But I guess as a rookie, there's some different things coming in.
Strategy.
The second question I have, at any point in that night, had you like given up hope or felt that you didn't think that we would get it done that night? Because obviously that was not the first game. That was what we had said was going to be the last game. We were giving up because she was giving our chips away. You know.
So Grandma, at that point, was ready for bed.
Yep.
She was fully saying to Aunt Alice, "Take my chips. I don't want to play. I don't want them. We're all trying to get her to win. She doesn't really know we're trying to get her to win." It was really coming down to that moment where we held hands and prayed.
Yeah.
As a group. And I just like remember holding, I don't know whose hand I was holding. It might have been Liam. I don't know. I don't remember who was next to me.
Liam was on the other side. Joe, I think, was on your.
Joe was on my right.
I might have been on your left.
Oh, but I won Grandma the game because Joe was already out. Is that how
Joe,
that happened?
yeah, Liam was the second to last one, but he was on the other side. There was only 2 people left with chips. That's what.
Right. But we all came together to hold hands and pray. And I just remember thinking, God, if you're out there,
We're out there.
we could really use a win for Grandma right now.
Right.
And I think it was just all the energy. We just wanted it so bad, we made it happen. But I was nervous at first. I was.
Okay. I appreciate the honesty, and I have to concur. I think everyone had a little bit of doubt, but a lot of hope.
Yes.
Here's the question I guess you've been hoping to get. No one in the entire universe but you will ever have the feeling of being the one to roll the dice to break the curse. What you got to take us through? What's going through your mind? You know that you're going to have a chance to finish the job. Liam does his job, is amazing, and you have it. You're taking a couple shakes. As you're shaking, what's going through your mind in that moment?
So before that moment, I actually had a few good rolls. Like I was getting dots, which was good because I just didn't want to get out. And I was next to Grandma. So I was like, I need to keep them so that way I can give them to her.
Right.
Also at the same time, the pressure, like I was like, oh my God, I don't want to lose this because you all would have, attacked me as if that was my choice to make Grandma lose.
Huh.
And actually, when I won the game for Grandma, I didn't even know because the die landed behind a cup. Like,
okay. I didn't even know that.
I rolled it, dropped it, whatever.
Yeah.
And the dice that said right, because one of them said center, which like I think I gave one away and gave one to Grandma, which made her win.
Right.
It was behind like a red cup, and you all just started screaming. And I'm like, for like a split second, I was like, it's either the scream of we lost it or we did the job.
Yeah.
And then I like moved the cup and saw the R, and I was like, oh my God, Grandma, we're going to Disney.
Yeah. Yep. But I'm sure it was. I can't imagine the nerve. I mean, I've been there, so I can't imagine it. But as a rookie, I can't imagine the nerves going through your head. You probably didn't want to let the dice go. Yeah.
I was shaking.
Well, I really appreciate what you did for the sport that night, I have to say.
Thank you.
On that note, and I know we've said a couple times you were the last roll, and there's no denying that. But who do you think had the most underrated performance that night? Because there was a lot of big performers.
There was a lot of good performers. Honestly, I think Joe played really well.
He did.
And we were recognizing it at the table. I think because he was next to Grandma, we like everyone was focused on his roles because like it's like, what is he going to give the chips to Grandma? But I think he played really well. I think you and Leif had some really good moments on your side, like moving it.
Yeah.
Your cousin, I think, had some huge moments.
Yeah, he did.
He was getting like centers when we needed them.
was
Like
the
when we
center
needed
god.
chips, he was like, I got you,
Mhm.
just rolling out centers. And Alice, I feel like she really wanted the chips to go to grandma, but it wasn't really going that way when she but she was still my favorite person to play with.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that answer. That's a good answer right there. So you somewhat talked about this when I asked you what was going through your mind when you were rolling, but when you did see that right, what was the emotion that when you knew that we won or that you won and she won, what was the emotion? Was it like joy? Was it relief? Was it a mix of everything?
Everything. It was like winning the Super Bowl. It was just like we all wanted it so bad, and I was just happy we got it. Like even if it wasn't me who did it, honestly, like
Yeah.
I was just like so happy that we could all be like, we did it.
Yeah.
And, like I was happy that you were recording or somebody was recording. I don't know who it was. And I really wanted to jump on grandma, but I decided not to.
And I don't know whether it was a good or bad decision. I think either way it was a good and bad decision. So, but yeah, I mean, everyone just instantly got up and hugged the next person. That's how you know it's a community win. Didn't matter who you were next to, you were
It was
hugging.
like, you know what it was like? It was like when we went to that game. I don't remember the name of the team, the Renegades.
Yeah, yeah.
And they got the winning
Walk-off
run,
hit,
and like
yeah.
just the whole stadium like connected in that moment. We were one. We just screamed and hugged. Like it was like that.
It was a walk-off is what it was. So that's a great comparison. All right. Next up we have, is there anything that you want to say to the kids out there who maybe like haven't had the success that you've been able to have, but one day dream to, be the one to roll that metaphorical center in life?
Now we're talking about the game success, right? Not my personal success.
The game, yeah, the game.
Yeah, okay. Well, there were a few people who didn't attend left, right, center. I would say your first problem is that, to the specific few who we know didn't attend.
Well, let me readdress the question. I think I confused you with my answer to your question, but I'm saying if
re-ask me.
let me re-ask you. Okay. So to any like the kids out there, not regarding left, right, center.
No.
So like, so kids out there who like in their respective fields, they haven't like had the success, but you in your field, which was left, right, center, you rolled the center. You were the one.
Now I'm understanding.
Yeah, the kids have been beaten down. What can they do to roll their center?
I would just say, don't give up. Like I mean it, because I was at the point where I was like, we all want this so bad, but we're all gonna like hang our heads and be like, ugh, at the end, like we just didn't get it. And then it happened, it just happens. So just keep rolling. Eventually you'll get it.
You're making me almost tear up, Jen. It's really it's a beautiful thing, and it's inspirational what happened that night.
I know.
We're almost wrapping up here. Sad to say, but how do you want to be remembered as a left, right, center player?
I would like to be remembered as a team player, but also, I mean, I would love if everybody remembered that I got the winning role. I don't think anybody actually knows that other than you.
Okay, I think some people know.
I don't know. I mean, like it doesn't matter. Like I said before, like we were all. That was a team effort. That was a work of God,
We're gonna know after this.
But like, I think, oh yeah, because I've said it about 80 times, I'm the winning role. Anyway, that's what I think the team effort is what I want people to remember, and how badly I wanted it for everyone in that room.
That's a great answer. So I guess I had skipped a question, but I'm glad I did, because I think it ties back into that question. I said, how do you want to be remembered? That's assuming that it's all over. So the question becomes, it's been a hot topic. Should we run it back? And there's been a lot of pull it's a polarizing question, and I get why yes, and I certainly get why no. But what's your take?
Wait, what do you mean if we should roll it back? Like if we should do it again?
Should we play with grandma again?
Oh my God.
It's a tough question, because let's say you say no. It's like, is left, right, center just gone now? Do we never play the game again? Do you know what I mean? Because it loses all its value. But do you risk that happening again and then maybe not being able to get another win? It's a
You
tough.
would want, like, obviously the last one to be the one.
We want the last game to be a win, of course.
Wow, this is a very controversial
It
question.
is.
It's a very, like, I don't know. Okay, so maybe we can think about it strategically.
Mhm.
If grandma is able to play left, right, center,
Yeah.
and I mean, like, she can sit at the table and, like, do it, whatever.
Yeah.
On the anniversary of her left, right, center win, then we play.
I like that thought. It's the first time someone's came up with that idea. I think that's a great idea. You give it the full year. If we get a full year and she wants to run it back, you don't take the ball out of MJ's hand. You let him run it back.
I'm saying like grandma can still be with us and not want to play or be able to play.
Yeah.
But I think that if she is able to and wants to on the anniversary, we play.
Yeah. I actually really agree with what you said.
Mm-hmm.
If that's not the case, let's say for whatever reason, do you think left, right, center kind of goes by the wayside, or like how do you play the game again? Like what is the purpose of the game after all of this is said and done? Is there another person that steps up?
Do we want your father to win?
And that, there's been talks about my father. There's been talks about Aunt Allison. A little sneak preview.
Aunt Allison!
In her interview.
I'm calling her Aunt Alice. You didn't even stop me.
Well, because you said it so beautifully, really. And it's
I'm sorry. Oh my God.
She said at the end of her interview, little sneak peek, I'm next up. Not your mother. I'm next up. And it was like, whoa, what are you going to do about that?
Well,
is it too early for her to be next up? We got to wait a little bit, or
this gets hard now because is she next in line if we make this
well, my father's obviously would be
no, but I mean, like, blood relation.
In that lineage. My mother is 2 years older than her.
Oh, so your mother's next in line.
My mother would be technically next up. But if Allison wants it, I mean, no one's gonna, listen.
Right. No. Oh, wow. That I'm gonna have to think about. I would love Aunt Allison to take over the throne.
Yeah.
I think she would be a great next candidate, but also I think we keep playing regardless, and whoever wins, grandma wanted them to win.
That's a beautiful way to look. That's a lot of great insights you've had, because I've been kind of emotional about what am I going to put left, right, center, and like who do I want to win? Like,
yeah, but grandma, like, we'll be addressing grandma the entire time.
Right, you make it a celebration.
Give me a right, give me a dot.
Jen, you got honestly, you made me feel a lot better about the whole situation here today. I mean that on a real friend level. I appreciate your answers. That means a lot, because I could see that. Us all just referring to her, and like whoever wins, well, that's what grandma would have wanted.
That's what grandma wanted.
Right. So similar to Martin on Martin. But last question is that was that the last question? I should have given a little more preface. I didn't realize that. Okay. So that was the last question. I apologize. Is there any questions that you have for me? That's the last question. Or anything else you want to say? You want to plug?
I was wondering, when was your first official left, right, center game with grandma and friends, even if it was just Leif? I don't know who was there. Where you, like, we were trying to get grandma to win?
I think the first ever was with Rob.
Okay.
My sister and grandma. And it was probably early 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, early.
And what prompted the game? Like, you just were like, let's play left, right, center?
we had used to play left, right, center. Like my mom had got the game a while ago. I forgot who introduced it to us. We used to play like in Florida because it was an easy game for everyone to play. Obviously, it's not too mentally challenging or anything like that. But she had won like so many games in a row, and it was just hilarious. So then we were just like, she had lost one or two. Like, we'll just let her get her a win here, and it just never happened. And then it kind of snowballed into.
Oh, okay. Well, now she's a winner, so it's
She
fine.
is the champ, undisputed.
Undisputed.
The last win until we'll see next year. Like you said, if she wants to put her championship belt on the line, you can't tell a champion what
But
to
if she doesn't want to, she
You let it
keeps
be.
it. You let it be.
Well, Jennypoo, I really appreciate you having this interview with me, taking the time. I know you don't always have the most time, but
No, I'm good. I have the next 6 days off. I didn't know that till today, so
wow, that's fantastic.
yeah.
I technically could if I wanted to.
Right. You're pending. You're a pending.
Like really, when I wake up tomorrow, I'm just going to make that decision. Do I want to go to class?
Or am I pending?
Or am I pending?
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. They have the test. They're just taking I guess they have so many tests they're taking now
Yes.
that they've just taken so long to get the answer back.
Right.
It's crazy. Really, it is.
Oh my God.
All right, Jenny. I'm gonna stop the recording now. Okay.
Okay.
But this has been the last person to end the game, Jennypoo Longberg. Okay. Left, right, center, legend, Hall of Famer.
Yes! Finally, of something.
And they stay there.